Welcome to the Ground Zero Tactical Podcast pilot episode. This is your host, Tyler from Day Zero Gaming channel on YouTube. And then here's our co host, Mad Mountain.
How y'all
With
doing?
special guest, we have a special guest today. It's going to be Mayor. You might recognize his channel from YouTube. I'll make sure to keep that linked in the description down below. Um, let's just go ahead and introduce our co host, Mad Mountain, real quick. How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good, man. How you doing today?
Pretty good, just got done drinking coffee at a restaurant, preparing for this, so that's what's up.
Right on, right on. Yeah.
Mayor, how you doing?
Doing great and happy to be with you guys, and hopefully there'll be a good start for your show. And my pleasure, guys. Very excited, very happy to be with you guys today.
Yeah, man, I'm excited too. So this
Oh
is
yeah.
obviously our first episode here. So I'll go ahead and introduce it. This is going to be mostly Ghost Recon, but we might talk about other tactical shooters. Like there's a couple we have in mind, obviously. Madbound, what was it? 06, and then there was a couple others, right? We might
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah. Hopefully down the road we get some 06 information that we can actually talk about on the podcast here. But hey, I'm excited to have Mayor here on board. Anxious to hear what he has to say today.
Yeah, man. So thanks everyone for tuning in. So that's pretty much what you can expect from us in the future. Is mostly Ghost Recon, but maybe some other tactical shooters, just kind of whatever we can get our hands on here. So the topic of discussion today is going to be mostly about Motherland. We might have some other stuff going on. I guess we'll just go ahead and dive right into it, right? So, um, guess we'll
Yeah,
start with what they did right with Motherland. So, uh, I guess we'll go ahead and hear from Mountain first. What do you think they did right with Motherland?
Motherland, I think one of the good things I can take away from uh would be the optical camo that they implemented into the game. Uh, I think that's a really good addition to the game. Adds a little bit new life. Uh, especially more. Uh, it makes you strategically and tactically plan differently according to what you're used to. Um, yeah, man. I mean, I think that's a big thing that I like. Big addition that I like within the game. What about you, Day?
So I think the best part was the new enemy archetypes, obviously, the Seekers especially, but also the armored enemies. Now the radio callers, I didn't notice as much. I mean, due to me stealthing a base. I mean, if you're going loud, I'm guessing that's more of an issue for you. The rocket launcher guys, I didn't have any issue with, even when going loud. Like they were almost non-existent to me. So but definitely the seekers, they're definitely an added threat. Which also kind of goes in with that optical camo thing you're talking about. They obviously use that. Obviously, I mean
It's a
that
game
gives
changer.
only a tool for us to use, but it's also a tool for the enemy to use, which is actually really cool. As we get new tech, the enemy also gets the same tech. It's pretty cool. So leading from that discussion, Mayor, what did you think they did right with Motherland? What's the one thing you can take away from Motherland that you think they absolutely nailed?
yeah, I think they nailed the story. I mean, it makes sense when you come back to me and you talk about, free arrow and this thing. I think they got it right. Before we start talking about some other details, I think they got the storyline really good. We still missing the part where Nomad he left. I know they try, they just said, they left. I mean, that's still a part probably we need to see in the game to actually play that part. But I think they got the story right, and I'm a big fan of the missions. I think the missions are great, and yeah, I like the whole. Operation Motherland. I think this addition, it's a great addition to the game. Um, they brought, let's say, a few things back from Wildland having these bosses. I think it's a great idea, even if the actual mission is little different, but still bring that back. It's a great idea. bring back Karen Bowman, and these things are really helping the uh, also the story itself. So I think they nailed it. They did a really good job with Motherland. Yeah,
Now, so continuing the conversation with the story, did you like how they? You said you went back and played Wildlands, correct?
yeah.
Okay, so how did you like the fact that they brought down like taking down the sectors and taking down the lieutenants, and then after you take out all three lieutenants, you then go to Gollum, complete Gollum, and then you take out the main boss there. How do you like that compared to the way they structured the normal story in Breakpoint? And do you like that they kind of went more in a Wildlands direction with it? What's your thoughts on it?
I think it's very good idea to again bring back things they already have good feedback from the fans. They had this I will call it gameplay style in Wildland, take down bosses, they conquer some territories, and they brought this to Breakpoint. I think this was smart, investing in successful, you know, let's say experience. They already have great experience with Wildland, very successful game, it's a great game, and they just brought this greatness to Breakpoint. I love it. And why I love it more because it's different than what I did. I play the missions, the green stone. I played the second one, the state. I played the third episode, the Red Patriot, but this feels different for sure. So I'm in love. I think it's great. It's a great addition to the game. Yeah, it's excellent. Actually, they did great job. I'm very happy. I'm pleased with what they did. Yeah, great, great addition.
Continuing continuing the conversation kind of with the story. Um Obviously Nomad left the island and came back. Would you have liked for them to have shown a cutscene or some kind of story element more explaining that, or do you think they did an okay job kind of
Oh
explaining?
no, that's still missing. They did really bad on that part. No, we need to see Matt. I need to actually leave the land. I prefer to have it as a mission, not just a cutscene. But if it's a cutscene, I mean, better than nothing. But yeah, and how Nomad got to uh Motherland, no, that's not really good at all. But the Motherland itself, it's more than good. It's like great, man. It's really good. But yeah, how Nomad end up in, in Operation Motherland? No, there's nothing about it. They just two, three lines in the beginning. Oh, he left and they call him back. That's not good enough. Yeah, that's not enough for the fans. I've been with Nomad for 2 years stuck in Arawa, and then next day you tell me, oh, he's out. No, I have to do that myself.
It looked like there was a cut scene because in the trailer it showed us in a helicopter talking to Bowman,
Yeah,
and obviously that's not in the game. So,
yeah.
I mean, would you like them to maybe create just like short cut scenes and put them on like their YouTube channel, and like that would be enough?
For me, no, it has to be a
Mhm.
mission at least, even if it's like one mission or something. I need my guy been there for a long time. I've been fighting everybody at the island, Sentinel, Wolf, everybody. I need to get my way out. I need to get my way out. I don't need a cutscene. I need to find my way out. I have to do it myself. That's for me, it's more satisfying. Cutscene
Yeah,
would be
man.
cool, but no, I'm not happy with cutscene even. So yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's not enough
Totally
for.
agree with that.
I played a
I
lot.
would.
Maybe for someone he just played the game for few hours or he did a few missions, probably that's good enough. I played thousands and thousands of hours. I need to take my guy out myself. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I totally agree with that, especially since the whole game's about surviving and fighting to survive on the island, and
Oh,
then like
Yeah,
don't
definitely.
even give us a cutscene of us escaping the island.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like,
I mean,
oh shit.
I would even be, I wouldn't even be opposed. Like, agreeing with Mayor. Like, I mean, as the consumer who's playing this game and you play throughout the whole story, it would only make sense for you to actually uh experience and play uh that episode out to where you leave the island in the first place. Something as small as shortly after, maybe shortly after the third episode, Red Patriot. You have to fly off the island, and once you go to the location where Wasp is supposed to be, it goes to a cutscene. Or kind of some kind of mission to make you feel more involved with the startup to Motherland. But 100%, Mayor, like I couldn't agree with you more on that.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's like very simple and basic mission, at least it's more satisfying than, oh, you know what, guys, Nomad is out. What? So what I've been doing for 2 years there, you
It's
know?
very
Yeah.
confusing indeed.
Yeah. So yeah, that thing is very bad. They didn't nail it at all. It's just they still missing that part. You don't know. Probably it's a future content. We don't know. But Motherland itself, it's again, it's more than good. It's a huge success. It's great, great. It's
So
just
moving on to the next topic here. What did you think about? Because you're ranked 99, Mayor. You were one of the maybe the first person to reach rank 99, right? Realistically. Also ranked
probably
99 now. You did reach it before me, definitely. But when it
yeah.
comes to it, like, do you feel like level 99 is enough? Do you feel like it's enough of a grind for the normal player to reach? Like, and do you like the rewards they gave you for reaching level 99? Like, what's your thoughts about the actual level progression?
I think it's great. It could be more, but here's the deal. If I'm playing because of the reward, so technically, if you think about it, it's not doing anything good for my character. So all my hard work and hours and hours and hours I put to get to 99, it got me the reward that I'm really happy with. Even the pain, the titanium, I think it's worth it. It's worth the hard work. However, I will appreciate more if that will make my character maybe have a s- uh, let's say stronger, I don't know, or I have quality gear score, or it will get me something over the other player who they didn't do it, or probably they not willing to put the effort. So I like to see some appreciation here for my character. So if someone put, let's say, 50 hour, why should he be same at the same quality or his character same strength like someone he put probably no hours because he's already at level 30 is the uh same strength like my guy. So I thought it would be cool if I will gain things from that, but I think it's good. It might not be good enough, but I say I'll give it like 7 out of 10. So I'm happy
Okay.
with it. Yeah.
So I guess this one's more pointed towards Mountain here. What do you think about the gun overhaul, sound effects, and the weapon mastery, man? Both of those topics here. So my personal opinion on them before hopping to you. I like the weapons that were overhauled. Like they were it wasn't like a 2% overhaul. Like
Desperately
100%.
needed.
100%. It sounds great. Like the weapons that were overhauled even like the suppressed, like they sound beefy, man. Like they sound like actual weapons you're shooting. The ones that weren't overhauled, like you can tell they're not overhauled. That's the difference there, and it's such a big difference, man. Like they should work on overhauling a lot of more weapon sounds. And then also the weapon mastery. I feel like it's kind of like, okay, here's something to grind for. I mean, here you go. It makes your weapon cooler.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's definitely a plus for the game. It's not a major feature, but it definitely did add something to do with skill
Well,
points.
it's well, yeah. I mean, touching base on the weapon mastery system, the one thing I noticed immediately, um, as I'm sure everybody who's played the game and beat it and has collected everything there is to collect, I'm sure everybody who's played it probably had over, I don't know, 180 to over 100 skill points. So right off the bat, people were able to max out, at least be close to maxing out uh, one category, whether it be assault rifle, DMR. The one thing I noticed with the weapon mastery system that I appreciated was the fact that you actually got to feel the upgrade. Um, it felt for the longest time And that I've always said this from day one when launch, since launch, that when these weapons, the weapons they had at launch all the way up until Operation Motherland cut out, it felt like it really didn't do anything for your mobility. It didn't do anything for your movement while ADS. You feel that with this update. You actually get a good sense of accomplishment. Like just by you, like you said it, I mean, even though people are, I'm sure there's still people out there grinding, but it feels like an accomplishment and it feels so much better for the movement, the walking while ADS. Um, for me, I feel like, yeah, it's a very grindy feature, but it's very rewarding too. So, I mean, with the overhauled weapon sound effects, with those select guns, the M4A1, the TAC 50, the G28, like you look at these guns and you're blown away by the sound. I actually almost started crying when I heard the M4A1. I mean, because I mean,
Oh
the
yeah, even
M4A1,
suppressed, it sounds beefy. It sounds
yeah,
nice.
you feel it. Like it's like, okay, that's what it's supposed to sound like. And don't get me started on the M110. I mean, that right there is, that's a whole different topic in itself. But the sound effects, when you play with these weapons, these select few that were modded and overhauled, it almost makes you think like, I don't want to go back to another weapon, because you love hearing the sound of what it's supposed to be. So I feel like if they were to work a little bit more towards, in the future, if there is a future update, if they were to work more towards um, updating or overhauling or improving something, maybe do the rest of the weapons too as well. The 416 doesn't sound accurate. All the pistols sound the same to me. But the M4A1, you know the G28, the G28 sounds great. I mean, that's a toss up between the sound between that and the M110. So, but yeah, dude, I mean, I just really feel like maybe, like, it's like, why stop here? Why stop now? Go ahead and finish the rest of it. People would appreciate that.
I guess a question for you. So I'll start with probably Mayor, and then I'll come to you, Mountain.
All
What
right.
do you think there'll be a year three? Do you think they'll add story update? Do you think they'll add a gunsmith update? Like, what do you think, Mayor? I guess we'll start with Mayor here. What do you think they'll add in year three, realistically?
Three. What you mean, like three? Didn't get that.
So year two, just year two
Oh,
is ending
I
with
got it now.
Motherland. So year three, yeah.
Yeah, I think they will probably add more missions. Probably they will go after the maybe Project Dios. They drop already. They're not talking about it. Maybe they will go after it again. But definitely will be more awesome missions and more great missions. I believe it will be also good as Motherland. So I think they are going in the right direction. So I don't think um I don't think they will have any problem after, they did great job with Motherland. I don't think they have any issues left. So they are in the right track and they're doing great job. And I think the new content will be amazing. That's my opinion. I'm very optimistic about it.
So moving to Bad Mountain, you can elaborate on what Mayor was talking about, and you can add your own opinion into it if you want. Do you think there'll be a year three? Do you think they'll stop developing it, just do bug fixes, or do you think they'll actually add
Oh,
actual content?
oh man, I mean, that's a very, I mean, I think that's, I like to see them add some more content, but um, a part of me thinks that they're not going to add any more to it in year three. But then again, Ubisoft always has, ways of just surprising you with a little something. Even, you know, I think with the feedback that they got from Motherland, it may entice them. It may make them reconsider. Like, hey, we ought to make it a little bit more. Like, give a little bit more out there. See what else we can do. And I think if there's going to be a year three, I don't think it's going to be anything that people should buy. First off, I mean, but as far as adding more content. I think they may do it after the
So going
success
off
of
of that, just
Wildlands.
real quickly. So I've seen this all the time, right? So the thing is, the games in year three. I mean, obviously, they're most likely not wanting to spend more money on this game with development costs. Realistically, in order for them, I know this sounds weird, but to be able to like profitably keep this game going, right?
Right.
Profitably keep this game going, would you pay $20 for a year three?
No, no, I wouldn't. The reason why I wouldn't is because I would, you know, I think that as far as the state of the game, like it has to be a significant amount of content, something very promising, something that's going to beat Motherland uh in year 3, and it took them over a year to finish up Operation Motherland. So, I mean, I don't think there's going to be anything that's going to top what they already cut out, but I will tell you that I would prefer if a new Ghost Recon title, not Frontlines, a new Ghost Recon title, uh, a new third person tactical shooter with a story and lore to it. Uh, I think that would be more beneficial and probably the better business decision, I think, to go. Um,
Yeah, because in the end, I mean, they're not. I mean, if there's no more profitability off of Breakpoint, I mean, it's literally to the point. Like, would the players rather pay $20 for new content, or would they rather pay $60 for a new title? And it seems like it's leaning more towards the $60 for new title than it is $20 for new content.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you have to consider that there's other titles being released probably in the near future. I know Zero Six will probably come out in the near future here. Um, I think as to approach it in a business aspect, I think that you're going to do more business releasing a new title, and maybe kind of restructuring on what you implement within that title too, as far as the PvP side goes. I know they branched out and did Ghost Recon Frontlines, and that's a PvP based game, but yet you can, I mean, kind of like a Warzone type game, but it's still player versus player. It's just a
So
larger.
here's what I think they should do. I think they should create just a pretty much what they tried on mobile but failed because it was implemented really badly. Do it on console. This Frontline, but just call it Frontline, not just Tom Clancy
Exactly.
Frontline. And they can add Division characters into it. They can add Breakpoint characters into it. They can add Rainbow Six players into it because it's not canon. So they can literally then add
Free
enemies. You can play
range.
as the enemies. You can play as the main characters. You can play as whatever you want. Like the skins in the game, completely just like the whole create your own character thing. That's pretty much like that shouldn't probably be a thing. It should be like, hey, here's these really cool outfits. Pick from these presets.
Right.
Here's a Navy SEAL. Here's a SAS. Here's a U.S. Marine. Here's Walker from this game. Here's a division agent from this game. Like
I mean,
people
but
want
then
to play
again,
as these really cool
but
characters.
but then again, they have something that if they, I think that's the only way that they're actually going to actually, have success with Frontline. And me and Mayor were talking about this before, and we spoke about it days prior day about not putting Ghost Recon before Frontline, because that's right there. That's just blatantly upsetting. I mean, people don't. I mean, once you say,
Tom Clancy. I mean, Tom
yeah,
Clancy, perfect. You can
yep,
use Tom Clancy's name
yep,
because it is Tom Clancy, but not Ghost Recon. Like it can have Ghost Recon in it, like no problem. Nobody will complain having Ghost Recon in it. It's just not a Ghost Recon title. Like that's
exactly.
the there.
It's the marketing aspect, and I'm quite curious myself, man. Because me and Mayor spoke about this, and Mayor brought up some good points. Um, I would love to hear what he's got, what he
Yeah,
thinks.
I can add to this conversation something really and actual numbers. I did poll on my channel and two on Reddit, and the question was, do you think Operation Motherland is the end of Ghost Breakpoint? And till this point, if I add all the numbers together, I had over 500 or 600 people they vote. In some places, the yes or no was higher a little bit, but the average was, you know what? The community is divided. I can tell you the community, 50% they said that's it. And the other 50% they said no, it's not the end of Breakpoint. So this is an actual poll I had, and I had it before actually the release of Operation Motherland, and I think total over 500, close to 600, uh, guys they vote, and it was 50-50. So the community is still 50-50, undecided. I mean, it's not undecided, unclear what's is going on. Is it the end, or because Ubisoft has no, they didn't give us any clue what's after that. But I think in the near future, which is the next forward, probably January or February, they have to say something. If it's that's it, is it over? Yeah, just say it. Or if there is something coming, deep inside, I believe there is something coming, but also, if they will say that's it, I will say, okay, thank you. You did good job, at least at Operation Motherland. So yeah, but the community is 50-50, and that's a fact because that's what the number says. So I don't
I
know what you
mean,
think, guys. That's what the community said. The community is like 50-50.
What's up, Wolf? What do you think, Wolf? Do you think Breakpoint has a future, or do you think
Yeah,
that
yeah,
move to a new title?
yeah. Especially when they throw in a title like Frontline. Yeah, they do. There's not another Ghost Recon slated. There's not a confirmed Splinter Cell. No other Tom Clancy games. Everything after um, Blacklist has been, and that was the year that Tom Clancy died. So Ubisoft kind of went mayhem on the entire Tom Clancy uh, list of titles. There has not been an actual title that is true to the vision that Tom Clancy had for his novel based games, his games period. None of the games have ever quite touched what Tom Clancy had in mind for those games. The division was trash. I hated the first one. I played it so much, so if you saw me on, you couldn't tell that I thought it was trash. I thought it was trash. The Division Two, I think, is fucking garbage. I'm sorry if I'm cussing. Um, it's garbage. Frontline is unacceptable. Frontline is unacceptable. Wildlands is what I think is the last true Tom Clancy game. And that went way outside of what his entire vision, his spectrum for a tactical shooter was, because you have people who will split up. You have a 4-man squad, and you have this huge map, and you can all split up into individual parts of this map, and you can do completely individual things without even ever interacting with your team members. And I think all of this is kind of trash. I miss the days of Ghost Recon 1, 2,
Advanced Warfighters.
even
Yeah.
Advanced Fighter. Oh my gosh. I mean, even Future Soldier. Even Future Soldier was a great Ghost Recon game, and it was terrible. you know? Um, but
I mean,
you cannot put Tom Clancy's name on just anything and make it right. You have to understand that the guy was Navy himself. The guy was a part of Navy intelligence. The guy knows military. And when a guy makes a franchise that is supposed to be true to its form, and you have guys, people who get into these games and they just want to blow things up and just troll, and it ruins it. It kills it. And honestly, I blame Call of Duty. I can't help it, but I will always blame Call of Duty. That was the one franchise. Well, that and Counter Strike. You know, uh, those two franchises completely ruined shooters for the modern. You know,
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, man. There's nothing really much to say on this topic. I think you nailed it right on the head.
well,
So moving on kind of to the next topic here, at least due to
look,
time constraints. Um, what do you think about the unused map space? Like, if they did add a year three, would you pay for it? Number one, but number two, would you like them to add like Mobile Island and other stuff like that? Would you rather them work on core mechanics of the game and actually fix the weapons and that type of thing? Just want to hear your thoughts, Wolf.
You
From
mean the other island that's under the fog?
the other two islands, yeah.
Yeah, they need to open those up. I hope there's a completely different type of landscape there. But one thing I was gonna say is just look back at Ghost Recon 1 and 2 on PS2 and PC. You could open windows and doors. Look at Ghost Recon Wildlands and Breakpoint now on PS4 and PS5. You can't open doors.
You can't
They
even shoot
open
out.
doors.
You can't
They
even
Can't even
shoot
open
out
shoot lights out.
windows.
that
Can't
you
shoot
can't
lights out
even
either.
shoot out windows. You can't throw smoke grenades. You can't throw flashbangs. What the heck, dude? What the heck?
Well, I guess a really good point. I guess I'll start with Mayor and then make my way around to everybody. But Mayor, do you think a more linear Ghost Recon would be the move? That way, they obviously open because it's so open world, because there's so many things to load in, because of technology constraints. Mayor, just starting with you here, do you think that a more linear, I mean, still maybe a little bit open world, but like more linear Ghost Recon would be kind of the way forward, like for fans? You think the open world is here to stay?
Um, I think well here's the deal. We talked about it earlier. It's what we like is something, and what the classic Ghost Recon is about something, and what we like is something, and what the business is something else. So we have three things here, you know. For me, I prefer to be actually no, I prefer to be something similar to Breakpoint, honestly. So more open world, and you choose what you want to do. Linear, I mean, it's cool, you know, but I prefer what I have now, and that's personal preferences. Everybody have their own opinion. However, there is again too much pressure on the company business-wise to go in different route and different direction. And again, they mispresent Breakpoint, and when they start the game, when the game was not ready, they launch it, they release it, and it's not ready. And then everybody saw the gear score, everybody got scared, they ran away, they don't want to play another division, or they don't even care about division anyway. So they saw the gear score, they ran away. After a few months, they came up with the immersive. They fixed it a little bit, but you know, it already hits a lot of the classic Ghost Recon fans. They already, you know, not happy with the product, and I, I think probably they were a little bit also disappointed, but at the same time, I think they were really hard on the game itself, and they have the right to be like that because it was like nothing like they, you know, expected. It was something different than what they have. It was even different than Wildland. You know? So it
um,
was crazy decision to just release the game and it was not ready. But I think also it's good sometimes to try something different. But yeah, for me, I hope it stay the same. But add to it other options like again I predict the battle royale, the PvP, but to be something add to this game on the other island. I actually I talk about it many of my live stream. I stream almost daily for the last year or year and a half. And I talk about it in different occasion. I thought because Ghost Breakpoint has very low fan base, and the only solution to put Ghost Breakpoint where it should be at the top 3 or top 5 games is by opening up one of these islands and make it a battle royale. You already have the islands, you already have the characters, you already have the mechanics. Just put us there and give us the option to do the battle royale thing.
Well, that's a simple
Battle
fact.
royale, it's not bad because it's a business decision. It's not the fan what they like. It's not what the Ghost Recon Classic is about. It's totally 180 degrees in the other direction. It's just a business decision. For me as a fan, yeah, I don't care about their business. I care about play the game the way I like it. I like the tactical. I like some classic Ghost Recon, and I like the things they have in Breakpoint. But if you want to look at it in business perspective, they have no option. They have to go that route. They have to do the battle royale and the PvP. I think if we give it a chance to try it, because they still have the thing that you have to get some information, some clues. You have to work for it, to do some tactical mission to get the information. It's still, I like to make it sound more Ghost Recon, but it's not. Definitely, it's more like typical battle royale. But if they had the option, but we don't know yet. If they release a statement says, yeah, the what you saw the trailer, it's one of the mode that Frontline will offer, and the other mode will be immersive or the classic Ghost Recon, then yeah, why not? I mean, yeah, let the people who enjoy Battle Royale, let them do that with the Ghost Recon, why not? And who like the classic, yeah, they still can play that and sell this version for whatever money you want, a certain amount, and that one for free. Why not?
Right.
So I'm with adding things to the game and evolving and injecting some things from different experience and from different game to this game. But sometimes Ubisoft, the way they handle the marketing and the business is unclear and uncertain, and that make the fans very upset, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
they definitely need to be more open with it for sure.
Yeah.
I think you brought up some really good points there, man. Yeah, I agree in a sense. Like, hey, as long as this is just the way they marketed it is like, oh, here's this. But like, if it's just one of several modes, and they have third person and first person, and there's team deathmatch, and then there's like tactical, like like there's buildings and there's enemy players in the buildings and there's 100 players on the map. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. If they add like 50 versus 50 team deathmatch, like I could see it in third person and first person different modes. Like I could see it being a really good game, especially for free. But just them marketing it as battle royale just kind of hit people the wrong way, I
Exactly. You
think.
can't just come to the fans, and they again they are the classic fans of.
Because even in the gameplay, there was a people that were playing it, like people that are under NDA. I'm not under NDA, but there was a 6 versus 6, 8 versus 8 mode or something like that, and it was like there was three hard points, and you had to capture the hard points. So there was other modes in the game. I mean, they just
Yeah.
needed to market that. I mean,
Yeah.
it just sucks that they market it as just
It-
free battle royale. That's it. Like, I mean, there's more to it.
yeah.
People just see the marketing and then they're like, "Oh, that's gross," you know.
If you think about it, guys, all of us we put hundreds and hundreds and thousands of hours of Ghost Recon in general, and probably this game. And if you, I think, I don't know if you agree, marketing is horrible. Social media, like their Discord, the Ghost Recon Discord, it's really bad. They have to shut it down. The people also handling these things, this is very important when you have a successful Discord. It make a big difference. It just is not good. Their social media is bad. when they have Motherland, Operation Motherland, okay, and they have these codes, they give it for like 30 streamer. Who are they? I watch every single stream, who stream Ghost Recon. I never heard of these guys. I check their
That's what I'm
channel.
saying. They aren't.
Probably 10
That's
out
what.
of the
That's
30.
definitely.
They don't play the game. So
Yeah, they definitely need
marketing
to go
also
over
not
who's
good.
in Delta Company and actually get the people that stream daily and that are actually part of the community and
Yeah.
give them these codes because these people that come back like only for the update for 2 days to give away codes and then they leave again. They get all these thousands of followers just off
What
of doing
bother
this game.
me is not they don't stream every day, but bother me they don't even play the game.
Don't even play the game. They haven't played it in months and months. I definitely agree with that, man.
Probably.
Um, so just moving on to Grey Wolf. Do you have any final thoughts here, Wolf, about anything that we've been talking about? We'll come back to him. It doesn't look like
Okay.
his mic's going. So
Yeah.
Mountain, you can go ahead. Wolf, leave the chat and rejoin if it's not letting you talk.
Uh.
Mountain, go ahead.
So. I already forgot the darn question again. I was trying to get my mic working working too.
I'm sorry, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay.
Wolf, what's your last thoughts here, bro? Just
Dude,
anything else to bring up?
I literally have thoughts about across the Tom Clancy universe period. Um again, if you look back, Ghost Recon, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six came out in 1998. Rainbow Six Rogue Spear was in 1999. Then you have Ghost Recon in 2001. Dude, the series has been out for over 20 years, and all they do is take steps backwards. They do not, and this is a huge thing with Ubisoft. They do not listen to the public.
Out of touch.
Hell, Ghost Recon, the
I
original,
100% agree. They don't listen. I agree 100%.
the first Ghost Recon, the second Ghost Recon, hell, Advanced Warfighter 2, they were all optional first person, third person shooters. They need to bring back the option to play in first person. And if they want to make real,
Yes.
authentic milsim communities, they need to allow the option for the person who is hosting a game to make it limited to first person or third person only. Um, like again, you used to be able to open windows, dude. You used to be able to open windows and doors without the thing automatically opening. You used to be able to throw smoke grenades. You used to be able to do all sorts of things, and those games were big. They were big. I don't know if you ever played Ghost Recon or Ghost Recon 2. The maps were actually really big, especially for PlayStation 2. um, they were
I,
big. Um, and there were lots of enemies, and I mean, you always knew where the enemies were going to be because back then, you really didn't. They didn't know how to place AI and stuff like that randomly and all that. But you get in like you get into Wildlands. Yeah, it's cool and all, but the thing is, you just don't get those options that you had back then when you were playing an actual tactical shooter. Now all you're doing is playing an open world game. It's just an open world game with Tom Clancy slapped on it.
it's
It's
and
not a it's not a
yeah,
Ghost Recon game anymore.
that's I can't agree with you 100. Agree with you any more than what you just on what you just said. The problem is that when things start going wrong, the one thing Ubisoft does not do is go back to the fundamentals.
Well,
So
the thing is, we're in the year 2021. They literally cannot freaking do that. They cannot be childish over feedback. We had games
right,
that allowed us this 20 years ago. We had games that gave us these options 20 years ago, And now we have all of these options in these games. We have this technology, these graphics, these this advanced AI systems that people can put into games. If you've played Battlefield 2042, look at the co-op system. Look how well those AI actually work. They pick teammates up.
Oh yeah.
They do all of these crazy things. I've seen AI go up an elevator. You know, I've seen this. I've seen an AI go up an elevator, activate an elevator, and sit in it and know that he's going up. That's
See,
how good AI is nowadays. And we can't have that. And enemies can't even climb ladders and break point.
well, that's
Enemies
another
can't
thing that
climb ladders.
that's an issue that I have with the Tom Clancy Ghost Recon here. The fact that they're not adding any kind of new groundbreaking features that makes you interact with the environment.
They're taking
Like
out all of the groundbreaking stuff that was already existent 20
exactly.
years ago.
Yes, and
When you
and that right there is what matters. Like they
look at
what
this, break or Ghost Recon 1 and 2. What happened when you got shot in the leg? Do you know that?
oh no
You
I
hobbled.
completely
You
yeah,
hobbled.
yeah,
If you got
but
shot in the arm, you couldn't aim. But we don't have that stuff anymore. We don't have actual realistic stuff. If you get shot in real life in the arm, you're not going to aim very well. You're not going to have a fun time holding a gun. If you get shot in the
I've
leg,
always wanted that in video games, man.
you're
I've
not
always
going to be
wanted
able to
them to go
keep.
the
back to
survival
that.
element.
Yeah, yeah. This was all available on PS2, guys. This was all available. Not even the PC, just the PC versions, but also on PlayStation 2. We're at PS5 now. We're at
Hmm.
PS5 now, and we don't even have games that if you get shot, you don't walk fast, you don't aim well. We don't have these games where if you throw a smoke grenade, the enemies literally can't see you. That was actually a thing in Ghost Recon 1 and 2. If you threw a smoke grenade, the enemies couldn't just shoot through it because they couldn't see you. But here we are on PS4 and PS5, and enemies can see you through rocks. Enemies can see you through bushes, through
They
trees, through
they
smoke,
spawn out
through
of
all of
nowhere right
this.
behind you.
This
Have
stuff
you
is no longer groundbreaking. We're in the next generation of video games, and we're getting literally the first generation of video games now. We're
okay, so
not
that's a
getting the
great
real
place
treatment.
to start wrapping it up. I definitely agree with what you're saying, man.
Yep.
Um, and yeah, it's basically been going backwards for 2 decades, and it's getting kind of old. So Mayor, thank you for joining
Yeah.
us here as a guest
Can I
today.
add something? Just I want to explain something before
Yeah,
we end.
yeah.
Yeah, when
Go
I
ahead. Just
said about
2 minutes.
the streamers, that's not including the great guys. On the other hand, there is like 4 or 5 guys. They've been, putting up some videos, especially on YouTube. I don't want to mention names, but they know themselves. They've been great to the community, and I didn't mean
Bullet
those
Catcher
guys,
Gaming
but
is
they
one
are
of them.
great.
He's a great content creator.
Yeah, they are a lot of
G
great
Money.
guys. Yeah, and you have the A Squad, you have the Bullet Catcher, you have these
Yes.
guys. I didn't mention this. I was upset with when you go
You have
to
Day
Twitch
Zero.
and you have someone with 100 follower. Nothing wrong with being small channel, but with 100 follower, and I check his record, he didn't even play the game at all and give him the codes. This is corruption. But the guys who was doing good job on YouTube and the guys we know in the community, there is 5, 6 guys, they're doing a really amazing job. No, these guys are the best, just to clear the thing.
yeah, thank you, man. Hopefully I've been doing pretty good out there.
Oh
I
no,
started Ghost
you
Recon
are
with
one
like
of the good
800
guys.
subscribers.
Doing good
Oh
job.
We're
yeah.
at almost 6 grand now. Like we've been working. Mayor too, man. You grew your whole following pretty much off this game.
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank you.
putting out raid videos every week. Anyone who's watching, if you love the raid, Mayor's probably your guy. He plays on PC. Definitely check out his channel. Thank you for being my guest today, Mayor.
My
Next
pleasure.
week we
My
have
pleasure. I feel very
ITK5 and a
happy to
couple
be
other
here.
guys coming on. What was that, Mayor?
My pleasure, guys, to be here with you, and it's awesome show, and good luck with it. And very happy to be the first guest, and good luck. Thank you, guys.
Oh, no problem. And anybody who listens to this, they can go check out Mayor on his channel on YouTube. And he has some great content, a lot of raid content there. So hey, thanks for being our first guest there, Mayor. Really do appreciate it.
Thank you
Thanks,
for
Mayor.
having me, guys. Thanks.